An amazing day to all. This is Teacher Dan Rogayan, and welcome to another episode of our Let Review Drill for Science Majorship. This is part of our preparation for your upcoming board exam come March 2025 for your licensure examination for professional teachers. So, welcome to another episode of our Let Review Drill, and it's now our sixth drill for science majorship. Our focus would be on cell and molecular biology. So of course, remember our goal for you to pass and even top the board licensure examination for professional teachers. And let's all manifest that, okay? That you will all pass the board exam. So for our review focus for this episode, we'll be covering biology concepts under the sub-area cell and molecular biology. So we have here two learning outcomes. First, distinguish between cell and molecule, and second, exhibit the characteristics and functions of the cell as a fundamental unit of life. All right? I hope you have your paper and pen with you. Sabayan po ninyo akong sagutin yung ating 10 items for these drill. And let's see later on no, kung ilan po ang inyong makukuha. Let me know in the comment section. All right? So I think everybody's ready for question number one. Which best describes a cell? A, the smallest structural unit of life. B, a non-living structure made up of molecules. C, a cluster of atoms bonded together. Or letter D, a chemical substance found in living organisms. So the best description of cell here is, what's your answer, future top notcher? All right. So that's correct. That's letter A. The smallest structural and functional unit of life. Cell is the basic unit of life. And you know very well that it's a basic structural, functional, and biological unit of all known organisms. And it's very familiar to all of us that the term cell was actually coined by Robert Hooke. No? In 1665, Robert Hooke, an English botanist, discovered cell in cork slice, and the term cell was derived from the Latin word celia, which means a little room. So he explained his observation and book, namely or called Micrographia. So that's the book, no, where he described his observation. He found that a rigid cell was of dead cells. In 1674, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, a Dutch draper and considered the father of microbiology and father of microscopy, observed free living cells in pond water. And these free living cells, no, he called this as animalcules, which are now protozoa no, in the contemporary classification. So 1831, Robert Brown, a Scottish botanist, discovered nucleus, no, the nucleus of the cell. And in 1839, John Evangelista Purkinje coined the term protoplasm, the cytoplasm and the nucleus of a cell for the fluid substance of the cell. While in 1838 and 1839, the cell theory was proposed by Matthias Sladen, which stated that all plants are composed of cells, while Theodor Schwann stated that all animals are composed of cells. Okay? The cell theory denotes that all the plants and animals are comprised of cells and that the cell is the basic unit of life. And in 1855, the cell theory was also further explained by Rudolf Virchow by suggesting that all cells arise from pre-existing cell. This concept of cell arising from pre-existing cell was started by Virchow as omnes cellula e cellula. Okay? All right. While Theodore Schwann, a British zoologist, was first to observe cells which have a thin outer layer with which we now call as the plasma membrane. While the Vladimir Zurichin in 1940 invented the electron microscope, which enables us to see the complex structure of our cells. Okay? So for our cell theory, no, it has three principles. The first one is that things are made of cells, okay, made up of cells. Okay. Secondly, cells are the basic unit of structure and function of living things. And Schladen actually focused with plants with plants, while Schwann, leader Schwann work with animals. So Schleiden, plants, Schwann, animals. Just in case the board exam would ask, no, these proponent, no, which built the cell theory. The third, these cells come from other cells, which actually stated by Rudolf Virchow. He saw cells dividing under the microscope. Okay. So number two question, how do cells and molecules differ? A, cells are smaller than molecules. B, molecules make up cells. C, cells are non-living and molecules are living. Letter D, molecules can replicate on their own while cells cannot. Okay, so what is the demarcation line between cells and molecules? All right. So what's the answer? Future top natures? Of course, that's letter B. Molecules actually make up of cells. Okay? So that's our amoctoso, right? Our atom is a basic unit of matter. Group of atoms are molecules, right? Which actually make up our organelles, which are tiny structures inside a cell. So atom, molecule, O, organelle, C, cell. And then group of cells are, of course, tissues. Okay? Then tissues, group of tissues are organs, and organs um, make up the organ system, and of course, the organism. So our amoctoso. Okay? So next, which is an example of a molecule? A, DNA, B, mitochondrion, C, neuron, D, red blood cell. Okay, so what is which among the following is an example of a molecule? Remember that molecule make up the cells, and molecule are composed of different atoms. Okay, so of course that is our DNA. Remember that deoxyribonucleic acid is a type of what? Nucleic acid. And nucleic acid is one of our four biomolecules. All right. So mitochondrion, you know very well, it's the powerhouse of the cell. We have here the neuron and of course the red blood cell, which is otherwise known as erythrocyte. Okay. So for the DNA structure, no, you can see that we have four nitrogenous bases for DNA. That's guanine, cytosine, thymine, and adenine. And the pairing is that guanine is to cytosine. So this is the pairing, guanine to cytosine, guanine to cytosine, thymine to adenine, adenine to thymine. So that is GCAT. No? G is to C, A is to T. Then you can also see the sugar phosphate backbone, no, of the DNA, and of course the base pairs. Okay? So for nucleic acids, the two classes of nucleic acid are, of course, the DNA, the deoxyribonucleic acid, which has a double strand. So GCAT are the DNA bases. Meanwhile, RNA, single strand, no? RNA has also four, okay, RNA bases. However, thymine, no, is being replaced by uracil. So for RNA, we have GCAO, no? Guanine to cytosine, adenine to uracil. Okay? So next, number four, what is the main function of the cell membrane? A, to produce energy for the cell. B, to store genetic information. C, to synthesize proteins. D, to control what enters and exits the cell. So what do you think is the major function of our cell membrane? So that's correct, to control what enters and exits the cell. Okay, so basically that's the main function of our cell membrane. So this is our cell membrane and the anatomy of our cell membrane. So you can see the carbohydrate, the glycoprotein, cholesterol here, glycolipid, the globular protein, the alpha helix protein, channel protein here, peripheral protein, and the integral protein. So basically, cell membrane, no, is responsible for the entrance and exit, no, in our cell. Okay, number five, which organelle is responsible for energy production in cells? A, nucleus, B, ribosome, C, mitochondrion, D, lysosome. So the energy production in cells is, of course, that's correct. Letter C, the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, so nucleus is of course the control center, ribosome the site for your protein synthesis, and lysosome is responsible for intracellular digestion. Okay, so this is how mitochondrion looks like. Okay? And by the way, mitochondrion is what the site, no, of cellular respiration. Okay? Next, what structure in the cell contains the genetic material? A. Cytoplasm, B. Ribosome, C. Nucleus, D. Golgi apparatus. Okay? Contains the genetic material. Of course, that is letter C. The nucleus, as the control center of the cell, contains the primary DNA or the genetic material. But remember that in eukaryotic cells, right? In eukaryotic cells, the cells of course, of humans, of animals, of plants, of fungi, of protists, no, have basically, no, also, other organelles also contain genetic material, not just the nucleus. But of course, the primary DNA can be found in nucleus. So what are the other two organelles na merong din DNA? So that's number one is mitochondria. So meron siyang mitochondrial DNA. And the other one is chloroplast, kaya meron siyang plastid DNA. Okay, apart from the nucleus. But of course, the primary DNA can be located or can be found in our nucleus. Okay? So this is the anatomy of the nucleus. No? So you can see the nuclear pores there, the nuclear envelope, the nuclear lamina, the nucleolus, which is the core of the nucleus, the chromatin here, the nucleoplasm, the endoplasmic reticulum, and the ribosomes. Okay. So that's which surround, no, the endoplasmic reticulum that surrounds the nucleus with the attachment of ribosomes. So remember that in chromatin, they contain, no, DNA and proteins responsible for genetic information storage and gene expression. So just in case, no, chromatin will be asked in the board exam. Okay. Number seven, which of the following is a characteristic of all cells? A, they have a nucleus. B, they can reproduce independently. C, they are surrounded by a cell membrane. D, they are visible to the naked eye. Okay. All cells, no? Characteristic of all cells. All right. So which is the answer here? Future LPT top-notchers, that's correct. They are surrounded by a cell membrane. Now remember our common, no, common parts or common structures in the cells, no? Whether this is a prokaryotic cell, also known as a bacterial cell, or eukaryotic cell like that of the animal cell and the plant cell. So as mentioned, no, there is what we call plasma membrane. So there's a plasma membrane here. There is a plasma membrane also in plant cell, and there's also a plasma membrane, of course, in the animal cell. Okay, so the cell membrane. Okay, so basically that's one. Another is that you can find ribosomes, right? You can find ribosomes, okay, in animal cell. You can also find ribosomes in the plant cell, all right, there. And of course, there are also ribosomes in the prokaryotic cell. So that's another one. So plasma membrane, then you have the ribosomes. What else? Meron din tayong, ano pa ang common, no? Meron din cytoplasm, of course, no? So may cytoplasm ang ating prokaryotic cell. We also have cytoplasm for animal cell and cytoplasm for our plant cell. So basically, no, the plasma membrane or the cell membrane, the ribosomes and the cytoplasm are common parts, no, which are commonly found in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Okay. Number eight, which type of cell lacks a nucleus? A, plant cell, B, animal cell, C, bacterial cell, D, fungal cell. Okay. So a type of cell which lacks nucleus is of course the prokaryotic cell, no? So prokaryotic cell, wala silang nucleus. Eukaryotic cell, tulad natin, may nucleus and membrane-bound organelle. So alin dito ang prokaryotic cell? Prokaryotic cell are also known as bacterial cells. So basically, the domain bacteria, no, and domain archaea are composed of prokaryotic cell, no? The kingdom Eubacteria and kingdom Archaebacteria are prokaryotic cells, no? So these are two kingdoms which comprises the bacteria. So here you can see, no, the gram-positive and the gram-negative bacteria. So for the gram-positive, you can see that the peptidoglycan layer is very thick, while for the gram-negative, you can see that the peptidoglycan layer is thin. Okay, peptidoglycan, by the way, is the component, no, of the cell wall for bacteria. Kapag tinanong sa board exam, how do you call the cell wall component of bacteria? That's peptidoglycan. How do you call the cell wall component of fungi? That's chitin, no? So chitin is for fungi. Pag naman tinanong ano naman ang cell wall component ng plants na laging lumalabas sa board exam both in gen ed and majorship, that is cellulose. Okay? So for gram-positive bacteria, they have a thick peptidoglycan layer, as I mentioned, in their cell wall, retain crystal violet stain, and appear purple under a microscope. Whereas gram-negative have a thin peptidoglycan layer, an outer membrane containing LPS or lipopolysaccharides, do not retain crystal violet stain and appear pink after gram staining. Okay, so gram-positive appear purple, gram-negative appear pink. All right. So these are some no of example of gram-negative and gram-positive bacteria. As we mentioned, no, for the gram-negative bacteria, so they have bacteria with LPS and thin peptidoglycan, while the gram-positive bacteria are bacteria without LPS and has peptidoglycan thick layer. So for gram-negative, we have acetic acid bacteria, which can be found in vinegar, Xanthomonas, Xantham Zymomonas, Intikila, Pantiwa, Escherichia coli, Vibrio cholerae, comma-shaped bacteria, Salmonella, Pseudomonas, periodontal disease bacteria. While for gram-positive of lactic acid bacteria, you can find in yogurt, Bifidobacterium, no, which is also a probiotic, Staphylococcus aureus, no, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, yung TB bacteria, anthrax, Enterococci, Streptococcus pneumoniae, hemolytic bacteria, and Clostridium botulinum. Okay, so these are some of the gram-positive bacteria. Okay, so number nine, which cell structure is primarily responsible of synthesizing lipids? A, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, B, rough endoplasmic reticulum, C, Golgi apparatus, D, ribosome. So for lipid synthesis, what organelle is that? What's your answer, future top natchers? That's correct. It's smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay? So smooth endoplasmic reticulum is responsible no for the lipid synthesis. So you can see here the nuclear envelope here. So we have here the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the rough endoplasmic reticulum with the attached ribosomes. Okay? So for SER, so you mentioned it synthesizes lipids and actually detoxifies harmful substances, no? In the cell. While RER naman helps ribosomes for protein synthesis. So it helps the ribosomes for protein production, while the ribosomes are the sites for protein production or protein synthesis. Okay? So last question, question number 10. What is the primary function of ribosomes? A, synthesizing proteins, B, transporting nutrients, C, breaking down waste, or letter D, storing energy. Alright? So, syempre, pag ribosome, very basic question ito in majorship, that is synthesizing no? Protein synthesis or protein production. Okay? So there are types of ribosome here. So we have the 70S, no? Subunit synthesized in the cytoplasm, no? Commonly found in the prokaryotic cell. And the 80S subunit synthesized in the nucleus of the cytoplasm, still in the cytoplasm naman. So that is the eukaryotic cell. So for 70S, it composed of 50S and 30S subunits essential for protein synthesis in bacteria and organelles, since prokaryotic bacterial cell. While 80S composed of 60S and 40S subunits responsible for synthesizing proteins needed for cellular functions. So the 70S and the 80S. So eukaryotic cell no has ATS ribosomes. All right, so that's the end of our 10-item drill no for cell and molecular biology. I hope no na perfect na ninyo no by this time ng ating mga question. Let me know in the comment section. So laban lang, papasa po tayong lahat, keep fighting. Padayon, future LPT Science Staff Natchers. And looking forward, no, to more drills with you in the succeeding days, no, before your big day. So till our next video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to for us to be able, no, for me to be able to help you further in the preparation of your board exam. So again, maraming salamat and until next time.